Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Monday Night Smoke.
Welcome to another episode, bro. I gotta ask you straight off the bat. When you saw KSI deal with Swarmz, was there a little part in your heart that said to yourself, I don't want that smoke? Was there a little part of yourself that said, raw, like, KSI is moving around the ring, Swarmz is rolling around, running, losing?
Don't do that. Don't do none of that.
No?
Bro, the fact that my man got outside of the first round is a disgrace, bro. Swarmz. Look, man, I didn't even want to turn this thing onto Swarmz. This Donny got a phone call 2 weeks out from the fight, and they said, yo, here's the bag. Most men are going to show up for that beating. I just thought it was a bit nuts. I saw a tweet. Someone said, listen, like, as a musician, like, you ain't performed at the O2 yet, but to show up there to get banged up first is nuts.
Rubbish. I mean, what was even that?
But listen, I don't even want to make it about Swarmz, fan. The fact that KSI fought two brothers that bro, and don't tell me about no pro boxer. That pro boxer, bro. That guy was less than white collar, bro. That looked disgusting. And any boxing that he's done has been at welterweight as well. Don't even get me started on that nonsense, bro. His two opponents were the weakest on that night, and that says a lot, bro.
No, but what's crazy is obviously America went hard with the promo for that thing, innit?
Fam,
and Swarmz it's now because I can't take it off Swarmz because he had the speech.
That's why I don't want to diss Swarmz. I don't want to make this about Swarmz. He don't deserve that.
No, but he done the G14 speech. I swear he did
Bingo. G14. Man goes
the G14 speech at the end with and his whole name. His speech was even worse. His AJ's speech looked better because at least AJ had the one hand on the thing. Bro, he was holding it like this. This is him. So basically, I had to lose weight.
He gave that speech, bro. Right, my family here.
Never hold the mic like this.
Disgusting way to hold the mic. Horrible. The only way to hold the mic after a fight is with the hand wrap showing, and it's like, yeah, obviously, I mean, it's loose now. I mean, it's loose, not with the two hand. The mitten grab.
It looks so vulnerable. It's a vulnerable handhold. It's a vulnerable.
I mean, just by the body language, you're like, you definitely lost this fight. You definitely lost. I just flicked over. You definitely lost. No winner is doing this. Not even the like my trainer's wrestling my glove off while I'm talking to you.
Well, again, he's never fought. I don't want to give him too much, but
no, we can't even give him the. Because KSI is the one that deserves it for picking him. I'm sorry.
Every bag that you have to take. Nah, I don't care.
What?
No, some money
in this financial climate.
Nah, man, some money is not good money, bro.
I hate
some money, like again, that clips with us forever. Yeah, I mean, like one day, like the kids are gonna say, "Bro, let's see what Swarmz was really doing out here."
The way he was like, put the guns down and the knives down, I said, "Yo, he's doing that save." Yeah, he's doing the community. The community saving TED Talk. Like, yeah, let's not focus on the loss. At the end of the day, this was about putting the knives down. It's like you can't even laugh at man when he said, let's put the knives down.
KSI is not even wielding. Usually it's against someone that was wielding knives and they said, let's go another way. KSI has been online his whole career, fam.
KSI has been on a peaceful thing for a minute. This beef was never going to get to knives and guns. Let's not even try and make it seem like it was that type of conflict, fam. Yeah, nah, it was.
Shout out to Swarmz though. That was crazy. Still, that was bad.
Fam, he is the bit where he's on the floor and he looked up like, that look of like, Ross, this is really happening.
Then he had to get Smokey and said, "I'll fight everybody and anyone." I thought, oh man. That's what happens, man. The journeyman thing still, but big up to again. We gotta show some love to Deji in that. We weren't even supposed to start the show like this, but it's funny. We gotta show some love to. We gotta show some love to Deji in it. He's finally got a win, fam.
Finally got the. You know how many men got in my mentions when KSI was fighting, fam? Bro, I had to laugh, boy. And the thing is, I didn't even watch it. I didn't even watch it live. I just got mad updates.
Yeah. Again, we'll not waste our time. Again, it was a bit of fun. You want to do the roll call and let's get into roll?
Yeah, let me do that. Still, it's mad long now, but there's bare people here already. I'm gonna go as far as
do the half-hearted one.
I can't even go half-hearted, fam. Not for the great defeaters, bro.
All right, let's go.
Shout out man like Raj, man like Jack Scam, Jane Lanks, October Red, Jake Morgan, Muller, SWJ, Mr. A, Disgruntled Buddha, Sir Alex Ferguson, Michael N, Dockers, Manuel, Patrick Johnson, Hot Pies, Res 90, Mark McGraw, Thomas J. Ridley, man like Bass, man like Diggers, Osborne, Off the Canvas, Mr. A, Declan, Cod Liver Oil, Coleccio, James Douglas, MB, Becca Hunnigan, Williams, Eddie Rose, Mac, Cornell, XX1, Star Fox _WR /45E, Chrissy Blue, Frankie Patek, Major K. Daniel Boateng. God, I don't want to repeat any names. Praise you are Diali, Dan the Man, Joseph Oki, Colonel Silver, Fred Dune, MB, Robert Broney, Jay Greens, and that's as far as I'm gonna go, because this is getting nuts.
Let go. All right, you're better than me, fam. I would have said, you know, everyone else, big up yourself.
Big up everyone.
Yeah. My reading level just couldn't handle that, fam. But anyway, let's talk, man. So much coming again. I want to bring up Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields. That's coming. I want to ask the question of, again, you know, I've heard about who's it? Bivol. I've heard Bivol trying to be back in action and all these other stuff. What's going on, Anthony Yard? I want to ask that question. We saw Jared Jared again doing his thing. I think the ring walk was interesting. You know, he came and it was interesting. It was an interesting ring walk. But
hey, you know what I thought was interesting though? Let me even just play this, bro. Because listen, this is why I want this guy to be champ. Because this is just a taste of what we could expect if this man ever held one of the 4 main belts. He said, what £3? What 157? Give me the bucket of win. Give me the 15 piece.
Do you know what's so funny? He doesn't eat KFC. I know he doesn't eat. That's the funniest part is he had to like Google where's KFC. The guy don't know where it is. Like that's not in his diet, bro. But again, 100%. He wants the messaging in it. But for me, sometimes you gotta get these things right. You know, when you're trolling, you gotta get it right. Having the big camera thing there took something away. It's gotta be.
It's got to be organic.
It didn't feel organic. It didn't feel like raw. Look at him just chilling on the block, eating KFC. Ain't serious. It felt like, guys, we're going to do it now.
But you know the baddest thing is, even though it looked contrived to us, and we're like, come on, bro, you know you don't really.
Yeah.
Conor Ben would have seen that and got wound up. Because that is.
What's Conor Ben doing? What's he doing?
I tell you, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Is he think he is eating chicken in all those pieces? He's having a laugh. Bro, you know it still got to him. He showed it to Nigel. He's just like, oh, he making me thick. Yeah, I bet his dad is there holding the camera. Like, bro, the whole thing in that household, the reaction was just it got a desired reaction.
You know, I can't even see that it happened. I can't see that. They were furious. They were
bro. Conor Ben has been in the gym all day that day when he saw that, throwing his best combos to see when eating chicken. Nah, bro, he's going mad. Look at this. Eddie woke up next day to like 16 missed calls. He thinks he's not going to make weight. All that talk about the weight. Look what he's. Oh, bro, I'm telling you, know what the funniest thing is? I bet Julia walks in completely on weight, on the scale 157. Neat.
Incredible. The guy's gonna be again, Ade. We need you to get the parents.
Yes, Ade.
We need you. You have to get Nigel and Chris. You got to get them to sit down. We need that. We need the gloves are off version. We need that. Then obviously we need that sit down version as well. We need both.
I know it kicks off with the dads. I know it does. There's these two men sitting down at the table. It is going to get at some point. at some point,
Eddie's got to ask the right question though. Eddie's got to say the right thing to get them going.
Because I know for a fact, Eubank Senior is going to say one little thing that pushes the button.
No, he's got to say. This is the question to ask. This is the question to ask. Whose child has the higher ceiling in boxing? That's it.
Nah, that's Eubank Ceiling's gonna go off. Have you not seen the interview? I said, bro, I saw that there's an interview. Eubank Senior says, yo, he's worried for Conor Benn's health because Eubank Jr. has been beating up heavyweights. These are the takes that we needed.
No, that's the question. If you ask that question, the rest is history because Nigel's going to be sitting there steaming because my son's dangerous. My son is dangerous.
Bro, do you remember that time? Do you remember that time when Senior was warning everyone to stay away from Junior because of how lethal of a machine he was? And in those times, Eubank Senior will be talking and Junior's just standing there. Just on some, that Ivan Drago thing where it's like, I don't talk.
Soldier settings.
Yeah, Universal Soldiers.
Yeah. Again, we're excited. We're excited about this one. There's the other stuff as well. And we want to say, what should AJ go to thing as well? That's a good question.
Yeah,
should AJ go to California? Is that the move?
I want to know how people are feeling about these interview takes that Garcia is dropping. Like he just said, all right. Anthony Joshua's trainer, Robert Garcia. I told Anthony and his team that the best way to keep working together is if he comes to train in my gym in California 8 weeks before a fight. I told Anthony, I need you to be around more fighters for competition. Now, for me, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think that would actually do him some good.
I think
it's about that.
I think it's I saw him in his in Finchley. That's where he is now. Well, it seems like this is a long-term relationship, right? And he wants to stay with him. He wants to be. I think it's a good move for AJ. I think he needs a different environment. I think he does need to. That's what he said. Being around fighters, he needs to be around guys before competition.
Yeah,
we need to. Again, for me, if I was AJ, I'm doing like a cultural reset, bro. I'm starting it all over again. Like, I don't need to. Again, we've had the mad thing, so now it's just a rebuild. No, you can't get lower than that point, right? You can't get lower than how we saw you. It's a rebrand. Come back to a whole new version of you. That's just learned a lot, and I think that will be the move for him. I don't know if he'll be comfortable in doing it, but it makes
I think it'd be nice, like you say, a cultural reset. He ain't got to sit down and hear nonsense from Talk Sport Mandem no more.
Yeah,
like, he can literally just a new space, and the competition around you becomes your environment. Do you know what I mean? You get to see hunger again. You get to be around man that they take your head off in the gym. It's not a respecting. Yeah, it's a Rocky storyline, fam.
Yeah,
man, getting in the gym again. It's like, these men are killers, and it will just switch you up. I mean, I would definitely find it amusing if AJ comes back with an American accent. That would be very Nigerian of him.
It's very possible. Very possible. Chill with that. That was unnecessary. I don't even know why you started to feel like this.
So we're going outside for a party. Give me like, right, AJ, that's how you give it up. No, but that'll be interesting though. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see him out there.
Yeah, so I do want that. Again, Dubois finally got paid as well. Big up to Dubois. The lawyers were lawyering. They're getting him his money from Don King. I don't know when the money's gonna come, but it could be like it could be a late payment.
27 business days. I think that's what the fine print said. So.
But yeah, it's good. So now you can get into action. But these are the topics. Again, we can go anywhere with it.
Ruiz Ortiz is this weekend. Like, I don't know what that means if Ruiz wins. I don't know what that puts him back into the mix for. But if Ortiz wins, it says, the Fountain of Youth is still going. It still works. Like, he's going to be the oldest fighter to be still competing at this level. And I think, shout out to him, boy.
Yeah, competing at 60 is no easy feat. So big up to him. All right. Let's do it. Let's talk. We got, again, these are the topics. We got Savannah Marshall. We got that one coming up. I mean, you had that conversation as well, because no one's really talking about this thing, but Canelo's coming soon as well. Canelo Triple G. And I said, the way Eddie Hearn's luck is moving at the moment.
Oh, bro.
Could you imagine?
Canelo cannot lose. If he loses, if something happens and Triple G wins, there is no rematch for starters. That is, the chapter's closed. It's Pacquiao Marquez all over again. I've got mine. I'm done now. I can say goodbye. he is so retiring. That is him. That's my victory.
Yeah, I just feel like, when your luck's not really with you at the moment, it's not the one, it's not how we need it. Bruh, if Triple G decides this is it, this is my swan song, this is how I go out, and I need to do it like this, and it just feels like that could happen. I don't know why. I just feel like it's swan song settings. I'm gonna be all in there.
It's one of them ones where I'd actually dread to watch the IFL interview the next day from Hearn, because it'd be like, how much can one man go through in such a? This is the worst 10 months this brother could have experienced. And it yes, James Douglas shot, bro. Wood versus Lara, Lee Wood versus Maurizio Lara.
You didn't.
You gotta say to yourself, right? Lee Wood, when he found the call that fight was happening next, he's got to be like, we couldn't have held this off. You couldn't have just held this off for one more night. You could have given me someone else, just anyone. Nice little domestic clash. I'm going straight to this guy, bro.
When I saw this announcement, I felt like he was feeling inside. He's like, come on.
He's like, I just had a crazy comeback win, and I'm straight there with Lara. That's a lot of stuff there still. I mean, I'm definitely going to be watching, but flipping hell, bro.
How that one goes, man. We know how that one goes. But yeah, it's a sacrifice. Yeah, it's a sacrificial lamb setting. It is a sacrifice.
These times, my man ain't even gone back to see Lara. Man headbutted his way out of that fight and said, don't bring that brother back to me. Lee Wood now is like, oh, man. And Lara now knows what the game is. He's like, okay, cool. This is how UK operates.
Give me a light Kid Galahad at least.
Listen, I'm telling you now, Lara is going to be there, the most elusive. He's like, no headbutts, nothing. Nothing is stopping me putting hands on this brother.
Yeah.
I feel for the guy, man.
Let's do it, man. Anyway, Lineal's in the chat. Let's go.
Yo, Lineal, what's going on, bro? What's that sound?
Yo, apologies. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Yo, what's going on?
Are you at Carnival or something, bro?
No. On the way back. No, there's people on the way back.
All right.
I think the connection's not the greatest where I am. Let me come in after 2 people.
All right, cool. Listen, let's send the link again.
Guys, lines are open. Jump in, man. Topics are out there, boy. Bro, what do you think about Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall, fam?
You know what, yeah?
My perspective hasn't changed.
It should.
Why? Because
you've been wrong. And sometimes you just got to say, I got to go with the opposite of anything I've been thinking. Sometimes that's got to be the answer, because Savannah, my thing is, I still think Savannah has what it takes. I still think Savannah hits harder. She's more... Claressa's more technical. She'll be quick, but I think Savannah's just going to be a problem. I think she's just going to bring a lot. There's a lot that Claressa's going to have to deal with. I don't know. Is she that good? Is she that great? Because this is greatness settings. It's going to take greatness to get this one done.
I do hear you, but I don't know, man. I just feel like skills pay the bills, bro. Like if we're doing that power competition, then AJ should have smoked Usyk, but skills can guide you around power at certain times. So that's why I'm like,
I'm saying that Savannah's got the skill as well. You look at her because she just comes across as just a power fighter. No, she's skillful, timing her shots. She's gonna, and even the shot variation from her as well. You're gonna see she's gonna put on a show. She will put on a show. She'll get her to the ropes, and she's gonna take center of the ring 100%. She will take center of the ring. It's gonna be tough. It's a tough fight.
It's a tough one to call at the end of the day. Like, it's definitely not one of those ones where it's like, oh, upset if it goes either way. But I just look at it and I'm like, boy, I think Shields is gonna be more elusive. She's gonna be smarter, and I just can see it going that way.
You know what goes in Shields' favor is obviously because the rounds are. We say this all the time, but because the 2-minute rounds.
Good point, Flyblow. He said there's no hard evidence for Marshall, but she looks like she's on the right trajectory and has the right style. I can agree with that.
If she's smart in terms of being elusive for the first minute, like landing quick combinations and staying out of the mix, she could be all right. But I think it's when the fight, again, what's her name's got a good tank as well.
Who?
Claressa's got a good tank.
Yeah, because she's used to going the distance. She's used to going the full distance.
Yeah. could she stay elusive for all those rounds? She's gonna mix it up, and I think there's a point. There's a point that she has to prove when she's gonna look for, like, the last fight she was in. She was kind of looking for the stoppage. She was looking for the stoppage, and she was doing more than we'd expect from her in terms of the fight was won. You've done what you need to do, but she was in there trying to send a message. I think because of the bad blood between them, she's gonna be trying to send.
I don't think. Trust, yeah, but it's one of the ones where it's like once you flirt with danger too much, you start to feel it getting closer. Your instincts are gonna tell you it's like, nah, I don't really need to. I don't want to do that, especially if you don't need to do that. You don't just keep going. So that's why I think, yeah, she might try it and test it. If Savannah don't knock her out, then it's going to be a bit technical. I just can't see it. I can't see it happening personally.
All right, listen, let's bring in OTC.
Cool.
OTC, where you heading? Where's the money getting? Where's the good money getting? What's Vegas saying?
Vegas for who? For AJ?
Where's people saying no? I'm saying, where's the money getting on this Claressa Shields? Where should we put our betting money? Like Savannah?
Oh, for me, I've always had Savannah, not Savannah Marshall, Claressa Shields winning that fight. I think she's way too slick. I think it'll be quite similar to the AJ Usyk fight, whereby Savannah Marshall will find it difficult to land on Claressa. Claressa is too quick. Her movement is very good as well, and her boxing IQ is remarkable. So I think that it's Savannah Marshall, not Savannah Marshall, Claressa Shields' fight to lose, and I think that she would win that fight personally. I don't think it's an outlandish choice. I think she is the heavy favorite to begin with. So that's my take. How about you lot?
I'm getting with
Claressa Shields on my side.
I'm going with Marshall. I just think she has the necessary weapons to shut this one down. You know, honestly, I just think power in terms of sense as well, in-ring IQ as well. I think in terms of bossing the fight and leading the pace of the fight, she will choose the pace that the fight goes at. You know, Claressa's gonna have to work hard, but the one thing we know about Claressa is she can work hard. I watched her do MMA. She went into the squared circle and she got busy.
Yeah,
so when it talks about guts, this woman is beyond gutsy. Like there's no boxer going across and doing it like that.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
She's something else. She's like, this would be a great, like, if she manages to reach, like, to win this, then there's no more. There's nothing to talk about. Like, finish it. Like, that's goal setting. She's done it. But again,
it's exciting though.
Absolutely.
Yo, what's your opinion on Garcia's comments about AJ since the fight?
I agree with what he's saying, but should he be talking to the media after a week after the loss? That's the bit where I'm like, it's a bit like you're saying the right things but at the wrong time. It's a bit like that guy outside. Remember that guy in the hallway when AJ was going to the change room, said, "Be professional." That might be the right thing to say, but
I think that was a ref.
Yeah, that was the ref that refed the Hrgovic.
It was a ref.
Yeah. You can tell by his shape up and his beard, like, yeah, this is the guy, because he was an old guy. I think he was like a silver fox, but it's a mad shape up. I was like, raw fam. I want to be like that when I get that.
Ain't that a ref thing to say though? Keep it professional. That's a ref. Like,
where to keep it professional, champ, or something like that. Like, it was
it was keep it professional.
No, I said way to keep it professional. You know, Americans say it's like, oh, way to keep it professional. It's very sarcastic.
Either way, it's not the right timing.
Yeah, it's like, bro, now's not the time for you to be giving man them slight little weird ones.
Yeah. When someone's bugging out, you just gotta relax, calm down, and just like let them do their thing. Or if you're very, very, very close to them, try stop them. But if you're a referee, bro, just stand there, just let him do his thing. You know,
it's not even like you ref that fight.
Come on.
you're just there in the tunnel at the right time.
Totally. But in terms of the comments, I think that AJ needs a reset. I think he needs to. Yeah. And I said this, but like after the Usyk 1 fight, AJ needs to go up in the mountaintops in a place where there's no Wi-Fi, there's no people around. You just sit there, hold your craft, have a training day, have a weekly or a monthly Zoom call with Lennox Lewis or somebody of that ilk that you can learn off and say, okay, how's training going? I've watched this clip of yours. You need to change this and this and this, but that's it. A mentor, a monthly meeting of his mentor, coffee shop settings.
How long is
it? Won't matter. It'll take him forever. Even if he had no Wi-Fi, no connection, he still ain't being Usyk, fam. So
it's not about being Usyk at this point, though. It's just about getting better. So it's like, how long is this list of potential mentors for AJ? Because bare people keep saying this stuff. I find it quite jokes. I'm like, he needs a mentor. I'm like, all right, how long is this list of men? Everyone says Lennox. Who else?
That's it.
Yeah, but Travis, you could say that in any industry. In any industry, how many people have sold out Wembley Stadium, 90,000 arena in any industry? Only a handful. Ed Sheeran, a couple of men. So these are the men you got to listen to.
I hate you, but mad industries don't really cater to like tickets. I'm just saying, like the mentor thing in this one is so specific. Like you can't. There's no way he could talk to Jay-Z and it benefit.
Base is right. Look, George Foreman. Like, bro, there's man out there. Man out there. Who else? Evander Holyfield. Bro, come on, man.
I heard Evander's been chatting rubbish about AJ, but I don't think Evander's been chatting rubbish about AJ. I ain't seen it. I ain't got the receipts on that one, but we have to keep it moving. Again, AJ is going to take time. He's going to rebuild. So I kind of want to leave. I want to push him to the side and talk to the man them that are really here doing things now. You got Wilder stepped back into the scene. He's got a fight coming up. We got Ruiz.
Hey, have you seen Wilder on the pads?
What's he doing?
Couple different things in there, I see the left hook is in the mix. Do you know what I mean? The hand speed looks a little bit better. Like I'm just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It didn't look too bad still.
Wow, Wilder is, in terms of his fundamentals, his rubbish. Like I'm talking, if he didn't have that right hand, bro.
Tried to shoot him some
if he didn't have that right hand, I don't even think he'll be a top 100 heavyweights, bro. If he didn't have that right hand, I don't even think he'll be a top 100 heavyweights. That's how deep it's getting. I've seen amateur guys in the gym with better technique than Deontay Wilder. Amateurs.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, it's one of those things where it's like his gift is power. So it's like the rest of the game will suffer. So nobody should be watching Wilder for complete game. It's definitely not going to be there. It's not even going to come. The mind is not wired that way. The mind says, if I land this shot, I'm going to win. So I'm going to look for that.
The streets are wild.
Travis, what do you think of AJ Miller? Miller doesn't deserve the payday, but AJ wants to get one over him, as Miller talks about his mum and shoved him, etc. I like AJ versus Super Raider.
I mean, it's just one of those fights where we just get to see AJ just have his way and beat somebody the hell up.
He needs that.
That's literally
he needs a few of those. He needs a few of those. He needs a confidence thing.
AJ, absolutely. But the thing is, that confidence thing comes from within. You've got to be fully confident in your own ability, and every person external from you shouldn't be affected how you think of yourself. And from what I saw outside of the ring afterwards, it appeared that AJ doesn't have full confidence in his own ability. Sometimes, if you want to be the best, you got to blow your own trumpet. You know the way there. You've got to think of yourself as like the superhero of a guy. Yeah, you got to be your own number one fan. And if AJ's thinking to himself, "Oh, like my team and the community," I applaud that. But you've got to be selfish in this situation. You are the former heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah. You shouldn't be having any kind of outbursts.
If he goes to America, there's a chance he could develop that personality, because you can't be that over here in the UK. It ain't gonna fly. No one's gonna enjoy it. They're just gonna be
too many distractions. Too many distractions. He was on his way, like at 4 a.m. in the morning, and you got Loughborough students shouting from the window tops. That, for me, even if AJ completely ignored that, that's not an environment to fully hold in yourself and say to yourself, okay, I am the heavyweight champion of the world. I'm here to be focused. Bro, it's too many distractions, from media stations to people on the street to the barbershops, everything. It's too many people distracting AJ. I think AJ needs to go in a place where there's no Wi-Fi. He can look around across the gym and see a bunch of Mexican fighters all coming forward, whacking the bag. You
know how remote of a location he's going to need to be in for there to be no Wi-Fi. Bro, some of the locations I've been at to film abroad, bruv, you'd be surprised. You walk into this rush up, look in place, and there's Wi-Fi, fam. So the world has changed, fam. He's gonna have
the world has changed. You have to literally set it up where you know when that's their USP. You ain't got no Wi-Fi. You know.
Yeah, but take his phone, bruv. Take his phone, like, bruv.
Oh, they couldn't even take the mic off him, fam. He's taking his phone, fam. But let's keep things moving. I want to ask again, Dan Aziz, yeah. Dan Aziz is fighting. I think he's got Shakan. Yeah. And now I do want to mix it up as well. You want to hear Dan Aziz? Like, I expect him to get through the Shakan test. I do expect him to get through that.
It's a tough test.
It's a tough test, though.
It's a very tough test.
Craig Richards was impressive to get that KO, you know, because Shakan Peters is good, but I think Aziz can do it. I'm really excited about the light heavyweight division now that Callum Smith has now entered the chat still. Like, this performance on the undercard, like, I know we didn't talk about it much, we didn't really give it too much attention, but he's fully in the mix now. He's got my respect, basically.
Absolutely. Callum Smith, for me, and what it appears like his power was significantly improved or significantly great, wide when he came up to light heavyweight in comparison to the super welterweight scene. Yeah, I think that at light heavyweight, I think Callum Smith is a huge problem. Budalik is a very half decent opponent, European level opponent. But to dismantle him like that, I'm starting to believe that Callum Smith is a huge threat to the other UK
where
fighters.
Where we putting him now? Because we said we couldn't really rank him purely because he hasn't been involved. He hasn't been in the mix in a minute. And then
flipping out.
It's tough. Do you know what it is? A lot of the guys who are, for me, I think Buatsi is right now number one over his win over Craig Richards. And you've got your Yards, your Craig Richards. They're all like very high up because they had a lot of high level fights or a couple of high level fights at light heavyweight. I think if Callum Smith has one more step up, I think he can be in the top three. Or even
shouldn't he be in there already though? Shouldn't he?
I would have put him top three already. Nah, I would have put him top three.
One more.
Yeah.
I think one more fight against a guy who's.
But how come he put Buatsi in there? What? Because he's fought Craig? Is that what gives him?
Yeah, a win over Craig is I think that's a good win, man. So I've got Buatsi can stay at 1. I've got 2 and 3. Yard and Richards interchangeable. Like it's one of them ones where it's like whoever says what, I'm kind of cool to let that be as it stands.
Agreed.
After that,
it's open, After that, there's a lot of people that can take it. You got Dan Aziz.
Are you saying Dan is better? Dan is better than Callum?
No,
Callum Johnson. When is the last time Callum Johnson fought, bro? I don't know what's going on with him and his commitment to boxing. It seems like there's nothing really going on.
It's very unfair to rank Callum Johnson because you're ranking it based on his own ability, but you don't know how good he is as of today. You know what I mean? He could be washed completely. We don't know this. And that's the part where you're like, not too sure. You know what I mean? He's been out the ring for so long.
It's like 2 years now, right?
I feel like it's far too long.
Yeah. So after that, what we got? Dan Aziz is one of the guys. Who else?
Where's Lyndon?
Lyndon Harper is still.
He's looking to do YouTube fights. I saw him too. He's looking to do fight.
YouTube bouts. Is he serious? I don't think he was serious.
No, I thought I think it was tongue in cheek, but I've not seen Lyndon Arthur since for a while as well. Where's Lyndon Arthur?
It's very quiet. It's very quiet. That's what I'm saying. Even we have to ask what's going on. What about Yard? Like, what the hell is going on?
No, but Yard is in that Beterbiev situation. So now that Beterbiev fight has been postponed because my man's had like surgery or some type of injury or something, he's gonna wait it out.
That's a lot of inactivity,
Yeah.
There's no one saying that's not a lot. That's in a lot of inactivity. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's a long time.
I preferably I want him to fight as soon as possible. I'm talking October time or where are we here? 29th of August. Yeah. If you can fight somewhere end of October, early November, that to me is amazing. And then fight Beterbiev afterwards. I don't want it to be
This is Boxing P for P's Jack's list. He said Buatsi, Smith, Johnson, Yard, Whitaker, Lyndon, Aziz.
What?
No.
Man's got Callum Smith at 2 and Callum Johnson at 3 is insane.
He's got Ben in the thing like.
Ben Whittaker's already in the mix.
Listen. I'm a huge fan of Ben Whittaker, you know, but at this point, I can't put Ben Whittaker. I can't rank him. I can't.
Let him get to 5. Let him get to 5 bouts at least. I mean, the potential is through the roof for Ben Whittaker. Let's not pretend, but let him get some bouts in, man.
Do you know what? I think he's going strictly based on ability. From that list, from what it appears like, it's got no recollection in terms of resume or anything like that. I think it's just going on in-ring ability. And if that's the case...
Why is Lyndon like where he is?
Over Aziz. I mean, Aziz has got the British. I can't really... I mean, well, Lyndon's got a win over Yard.
Smith, Johnson, Yard.
Lyndon has a win over Yard.
After Yard, it gets weird. Whittaker, Lyndon, Aziz. I even think
it's a Major
Wait,
K.
Hold on. Where's Craig Richards? Where's Craig Richards?
He left out Craig.
No, get out of here. No,
get it off the screen. Outrageous.
And he never calls in. I want him to call in. He's a Super Fury fan.
Jack, phone in, man. We need to hear from you, bro. Yeah, man.
Fury fan. He was upset with me that I said what I said on the pod. He was very upset. He said,
"No. Ask him, yeah. What was his opinions on Fury on Talk Sport this whole week and stuff like that with his whole foreigner?
I love to know.
I want to know that, bro.
What did you think about that?
I want to know still, but Jack's not really trying to call in. Anyway, listen, OTC.
Oh, big up KG as well, the 20k subs, man. Big
Come on, we are moving slowly and surely. Big up though. Thank you so much, man. Listen, OTC. Hopefully, again. Oh wait, quickly, Canelo, Triple G. What are you saying?
I can't lie. I've got a slight feeling that Triple G might do it. You know, I think this time, I think he's got a huge chance because I think Canelo the last couple of years has just relied solely on his power. I think Triple G's quantity of punches might be enough to sway the judges and give him the win because I don't think Canelo's thrown as much punches per round as he did in prior couple of years, and that's why I think that on that basis, I think he could do it.
I know. People to this is brave. It's very brave. Like
Canelo wins, from Canelo wins. Let's not even get out of hand here. Let's be real. Triple G's older. He didn't look fantastic against my man in Japan. Canelo is still going to come back at super middle and be Canelo at super middle. The light heavyweight experiment thing is like, all right, cool. I'm stretched out my limits, but he's going to mash work on Triple G.
But Canelo has changed. He's similar to Triple G in terms of his walk forward, lack of not really strong defensive. Triple G is
he's on the other side of the hill, the declining
side. No, Travis, you're misinterpreting his last fight.
Yeah, you're wrong. You're
misinterpreting his fight against Murata. His fight against Murata, he wasn't poor on the basis that he's old. I think it was a lot more ring rust than his age. And that's how I perceived it. He actually got better after round 4 or 5. He vastly improved, and from what it appears like, he was getting the cobwebs off. I think he was out the ring for about a year and a half, 2 years, something like that.
Talk, bro.
All right. Well,
all right. Listen,
we're gonna see. Listen, man hit 40. Stuff changes. So, we'll see.
Travis, we've been waiting for this Father Time thing to come in, like you've been saying. Are you not seeing my boy Ruiz? I mean, my guy Ortiz fighting on the weekend. Fighting soon. Any fight on the weekend. Father Time don't exist, bro.
Is that what you think?
Father Time, listen, let me talk to Bobby, man. Yo, man, like Bobby, what's going on?
How you doing?
We're wicked, man. We're live. You're here. Is this your first real call in?
No, I was in the other week on the McDonald's drive-thru.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed that salad, bro.
It was great. It was really good. There's no Big Mac sauce or anything in there at all.
Lovely.
It was, strict, hardcore, lean carbs. It was
minimal calories.
Go on, so talk to me, man.
I'm interested on what you just said there with Ruiz, Ortiz. I think that opens up such an exciting division right now. I think people are thinking that's a given that Ruiz wins, but the fashion that he wins, for example, it's going to be close. No way is that going to be a walkover at all. It's going to be very close. I think it opens up a potential opportunity off the back of Wilder and Helenius, but there's also the crossover for all the Brits and that kind of stuff. So I think it's a really exciting time. And
what do you think? Dubois would get in there with Ruiz, or do you think that's? Or do you think it's a Dillian? It's a Dillian? Because Dillian's had his eye on Ruiz for a moment.
Man,
I think Dillian will need a warm up. To be honest, I think he needs a confidence builder again, because he went. You got to bear in mind when he lost to AJ, it was a series of confident builders. It was, who did he have straight afterwards? He didn't go straight into it, did he? He had a few build up ones, and then he came back on the trail. And I think at the same time, this time he'll fight someone that's got a name, but it won't be an elite. So the talk of him having Dubois next. I think that might be because they're underestimating Dubois, to be honest. I think they're thinking Dubois is a big name. He's got a lot of hype, but we'd smoke him.
If Dillian Whyte was to mess up and lose to Dubois, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That would be over.
You'll really announce Dubois. Will it be a mess, or will it be wow, Dubois is right?
No, it would be that thing that you said would happen with White being the gatekeeper.
Yeah. How do you see that one going? Wait, how do we see Dubois Dillian?
I think Dillian takes it. I really do. I think Dillian takes it. I don't think Dubois had a test at all. And when I say he's not had a test, he lost to Joyce, and it wasn't a full test because obviously he had a severe eye injury, but we've not seen him come through a test. So it'll be really interesting. Just on the other point as well, you guys were asking about Lyndon Arthur. He was released from Warren, wasn't he, after that deal?
Right, yeah.
He took ages to find another promoter. So
that's right. He signed with Probellum first, and now he's with Wasserman.
Alex Outland, yeah. So he's gone over to Wasserman. I know that's irrelevant now, but just...
Oh, no wonder he's asking about YouTube, because Wasserman's in the YouTube business as well.
Yeah.
He's in the business. No wonder. I was thinking, what's going on? Why is he asking that kind of these stupid questions, especially in the stack division where, you know what, we need him to come back in. Because
if you just turn the volume down on your side, Bobby.
Yeah. All right.
Is that any better, guys?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I just think it's a really interesting time. Like, I know last time we were speaking about AJ, but Dillian, you've got White, you've got Dubois, you've got everyone in the UK. Hrgovic looked awful last time out. So it just looks like a really tasty time now for the heavyweights. But like you said, the division with Yard, Buatsi, that's going to be so intriguing this next year. I think it's crying out for that silly tournament, isn't it? That division is crying out for that. What was it called again?
Super Six.
It's crying out for that tournament that Usyk won, the one that was on repeat on the IFL adverts constantly for about 4 years.
Oh, that was brutal. That was brutal, man. The Super Series, that's it.
Let me ask you about we're talking Savannah, Marshall, Clarissa. What are you thinking?
Savannah.
How do you see it going?
I think she beats her convincingly. It's a contrast in punch power, I think. I think that's what it comes down to. Punch power, home advantage. So Savannah would have to win on points. Is she going to win on points in the UK audience? Unlikely. And you know Fury's got a big sway because it's Peter Fury that's her coach. She spars with men, Savannah, so it's crazy.
A lot of women's boxers do, though.
Do they? I never knew that. I don't follow it closely enough.
Oh, see, yeah, I've seen a few sparring videos, and it's like, yeah, okay, cool.
Jesus,
but yeah, it's one of those things.
You don't want to be matched up on one of those on a blind date, but it's But I just imagine that it's going to be a great time for women's boxing as well. Like I think there's a lot of them coming up. But,
and Gardner and Mayer is on that card as well. That's going to be a hell of a fight.
Yeah, it's going to be tasty. But I think there's like the standard of it's really good as well now, to be honest. I think the key fights that they've had now, they're a lot more entertaining. Like you can watch the women's world like football, and I still think it's okay to watch, but you still miss a beat when you're watching it, don't you? You think, well, could not being sexist here, but could, let's say, some 16-year-olds beat him? And most likely could, but you couldn't say the same thing with the women's boxing, could you?
Oh yeah. Good way to bring it back. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I was like, where's he going?
But it's been a pleasure speaking to you guys again.
Take care, bro.
Love the podcast. Keep it up, guys. Thanks again.
Thank you, man. Speak to you soon. Oh man, we've had, again, we'll bring in Lineal. We've had the best reaction to that pod.
Oh, the last pod. Yeah, that's
the last pod, the best reaction. Again, it was just one of those pods where we knew what time it was. But again, thank you everyone that's shown love in the, like, you sent me a little a message as well.
We'll talk about that in the pod. All
right, cool.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the pod.
All right, let's go. Lineal,
yo, what's going on? We good now?
Yeah, man. Oh, snap, he's on camera today, yeah?
Listen, I got the trim, man. I said, why not, man?
When the trim is trimming.
Man said the world have got to see me. Man. The world has to see me today.
Listen, you know when your barber got you feeling right, I said, you know what? Say less. I'm outside.
That's crazy. Still, I don't even know what that feeling is still. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy that you said that.
That's when you pull up slow man. Light. Pull off mad slow from the traffic light. You gotta wait just for eye contact.
Yeah, I can't relate to none of this.
It's rough out here. It's all good, man. It's all good, man.
Let's go, man. What we saying? What we talking about? Again, I'll be remiss if I don't talk about Big Jared as well, because Maestro's in the chat and he says I always show love to like the Romford Bull and that. So again, Jared did his thing. I look at him and I say, how long before you do matching up with Dubois already traveled stateside? How long do we see that happen? They're both.
No. Warren's not doing that to him.
Yeah, no.
Warren's not doing that to him.
Warren can put him in there with Dillian. What are we talking about right now?
Yeah, got Dillian. Dillian's got. Do you know what? The risk reward in fighting Dillian and the risk reward in facing Jared isn't a star. And this is what I've said about Top Rank for a long time is Top Rank do not know how to make stars. They've got elite fighters, but commercial-wise, they don't know how to make a star. If Top Rank, their current roster is very good. So from Shakur to Devin, but I'm not sure if Devin's going to stay for too long, to Jared, they've got that, who's the other Puerto Rican guy? Zander. Not the other one that they try to hype. Not Belanga. Zander. What is his surname? Someone might know in the chat. Basically, there's a young Puerto Rican guy called Zander Reyes, I think.
That's a PBC, yeah?
No. Top Rank. Yeah. Okay. But they've got a few good stars. So now I don't know whether it's a case of Zander Sayers. That's the one. Thank you, HGM. Zander Sayers. So I think Top Rank have a good roster, but it's like whether they can make them stars right now is their biggest hurdle. But Dillian is a star now. So then you can lose to Dillian, and then it's kind of like, he's been up there with the best and this, that. If you lose to Jared, it's going to be like, right, who is my man coming from the States? So I hear why, Aaron wouldn't do that.
If Jared comes over here and just has a UK fight and just gets a taste, come on, oh my days, he's coming back.
That would be good if they get Jared on a boxer card here, the same way they got is it Michael Hunter?
Yeah.
The same way if they get Jared and Michael Hunter here, that's when it'll be good to be like, all right, cool. I know Boxer and Top Rank work well together. That's when it will be the time to do it. But for now, keep the bar away. Give him Dillian. He's on. Sorry, go on.
Joseph Parker would be stressed if Jared Ellison started roaming around these streets, bro. I just got over here to Boxer. This is my moment to be the man, and you want to bring this monster? I'll be nuts.
Listen, Joseph Parker needs someone like that. The thing is, with his style of nullifying people, not being too exciting, I think he needs someone that's the antithesis of him, just to go in there and just be more exciting, at least in the build-up anyway. Because then when the fight comes and you want to nullify him, you can get big money from that.
No, but what they've done, and they've been listening. We're gonna take Undefeated to take him full credit for what they've done with
Oh, Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce.
We saw that BT advert about the trash talk. I said, okay.
You see that BT advert when they're teaching Joe Joyce how to speak, how to.
Oh yeah, no. Tell Frank to run you your money because he knows what he's doing.
The funny thing about that is that them man had the sketch taken down when we initially.
Oh, hey, no. Hey, wait. No, let me speak on your behalf. Hey, Frank Warren, yeah, escrow settings, yeah. Send my boys the money right now, bro. On escrow thing, bro. Stop the foolishness.
Listen, they had the thing taken down on some cease and desist social media thing, boy. I said, raw.
Nah, that is horrible work.
Bar for bar, fam.
Bar for bar. Listen, he stole my whole damn flow. Word for word, bar for bar. Listen. Nah, they didn't know that undefeated is Big Draco, bro. That's disrespectful.
You don't even know what's going on these streets.
I did that first.
I'm not gonna lie. So
nah, that's nasty settings, bro.
Hold on.
Now you need to tag Queensbury and say, "Rah, is this you?" And then show them your clip, bro.
Yeah. No, I was like, this feels so familiar. Why did? Oh, yeah.
You know the one you're thinking, nah, this is so funny. I swear I could have written this. Wait, I did.
I did.
But listen, when this guy talks, everyone sees.
That's all escrow settings, bro.
Once his lawyer gets involved and the facts start arriving, listen.
I'm telling you right
now.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
You're an absolute disgrace. You're a cheat.
Mad settings.
Yeah. I was gonna say quickly on the light heavyweight scene because I think it's building up about the Lyndon Arthur thing when OTC was saying what happened to him. You know, he was in Montreal training with Beterbiev when he was helping Beterbiev get ready for Joe Smith. So I think he's been putting in work, and then now that he's signed to Wasserman, here's where he gets done dirty though. Frank Warren, Queensbury won the European light heavyweight title fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Basically, he was meant to be Callum Smith for White's in it, but obviously both of them are dropping out, which makes Callum Johnson and Lyndon Arthur next in line. So now it's just like Lyndon Arthur's probably thinking, brother, I just got away from this guy. If I want that belt, now I have to go. Nah, I hope Lyndon Arthur goes there, takes their belt, and then ducks out, bro. Because that is horrible. He must be thinking, I can't get away from this guy.
It's going to be hard for him to negotiate. And again, Warren's kind of running things at the moment. Again, like Fury.
You think so, though?
He's running things.
I don't think he's running things, but on a Warren card, he better shut out.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear on this, yeah? Frank Warren's running things how? Because Eddie Hearn's got some guys that's losing.
Look, this is the last thing I heard Frank Warren saying. It was kind of powerful still. Frank Warren on Eddie Hearn picking Alexander Usyk to beat Tyson Fury. He said Deontay Wilder beats Tyson Fury. Dylan White would beat Tyson. Anthony Joshua would KO Usyk twice. His predictions are about as good as hemorrhoids would be for Frankie Dettori, bro.
What type of...
I'm just saying.
Nah, what are these 950 disses, bro?
In it, bro. I'm like,
nah, this is why Warren is still posting posters, bro. What's going on?
I'm like, bro, how does that make you number one? It's like when men say, "Oh, Fury's the cash cow now." I'm like, that's not how.
No, he's not, bro.
That's not how economics work.
Again, no, you know when you watch them rap battles and you lot part of the home crowd, but the guy's cooking, bro. Listen, Frank was rapping just now. The bar was barring, fam.
Nah, that's like a millionaire losing a bet and then saying, "Right, I'm a rich man now. I didn't get his money." Bro, the millionaire lost the bet, bro.
I'm saying he's got a heavyweight champion of the world. Carry on.
How has Frank now started dominating because Hearn's main fighters have started to lose? It's not the same as he's not now putting on the nights. He's not now putting on the nights that Hearn's putting on.
No, but
how does it work that way?
Bro, he's unscathed, no L's, just wins.
I can't say unscathed.
Your predictions are wrong. How is that a take that makes you number one?
I'm saying again, like Frank Warren is sitting there saying, "Listen, Fury's my guy. You haven't got him, ha." Yeah, and Fury's just about to go and fight. He's going to do Middle East settings as well. He's taking.
No, he's not, man. Man's not even allowed to fly. Word to you know who.
Can't go America.
Middle East. He's getting Middle East. What are you talking about?
Is he allowed to go Middle East? Is he allowed to fly out there?
He must.
Okay, fair enough. Man, them Saudis ain't gonna give Fury money. Okay, that's when we find out. If you're the new real cash cow.
If you get 500 M's, then we're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's you now.
It's sounding
kind of. You don't get to be a cash cow. You don't get to just be a cash cow, bro.
I don't think Fury ain't got that point. I don't know if Frank Warren knows them dons out there like that. Brother, Eddie Hearn, people forget Eddie Hearn was putting in months like negotiating with them, man. Remember when it was meant to be Fury and AJ? Don't forget, Eddie Hearn was putting in months building them connections, bro.
Don't get it twisted.
From the Ruiz rematch, Eddie's had that relationship on the dunes, fam.
Yeah.
Guys, do your research. There's a guy.
Oh, you mean you know who?
There's a guy that we don't talk about. That's
yeah. You're right. Apologies.
And
Voldemort settings.
So I'm just letting you man know there's a guy that's so again at the moment is in Frank's eyes, he's up. He's up on the squad. He ain't
We'll have to wait and see.
He needs to have a big night though. That's the part where I'm like, he needs one of those monstrous AJ nights. If he puts on one of those, then you say, yeah, you're the guy.
With a stats card, not just the one fight as well.
Not because the guy is now like having a moment which is not going fantastic. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And also,
let's see what he can do with the Joe Joyce fight.
And also, it's one of them, and that card has the makings of a good night. Like, there's a lot on there. But also, it's one of them ones where it's like, you look at Frank and say, all right, do you actually put energy into promoting your fighters? Or is it more just about clapping back on other men? Because the only time I ever hear him talk about Avanesian is when Conor Man announces something. What about Avanesian? When's that fight gonna? It's like, bro, announce Avanesian versus someone else.
Wasn't Avanesian supposed to fight Ortiz and it didn't happen?
Bro, how did McKinson?
He signed Avanesian to spite Conor, and nothing had gone with Avanesian. You hate to see it, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, all right, but you can't tell me you're number one when your main thing is clapping back at Eddie.
All I'm saying is he's coming across unscathed, bro. There's someone taking L's like it's L after L, and it's nuts. It's crazy.
Listen, and then man, when you take L after L as the top guy, you're still gonna be above those that are looking at you take the L sometimes.
They're on the sideline. You can't take it L from the sideline, bro.
Listen, you can't even take an L when you got two of the biggest cash cows. Even if they lose, they're still two of the biggest cash cows. What, Canelo, AJ, and then he's got Bam in the tuck that's doing numbers in the Latino American market in America. Listen, man, Eddie's coming back with it.
What happens in the boxing world, yeah? They announce Fury and Usyk, right? That date is set. And for like the week before or the week after, they announce AJ versus Wilder. Do you know how crazy it would be if AJ and Wilder came and did way more numbers than the undisputed?
They would as well.
Of course they would. So then how is he number one, bro? That's why I'm like, I don't know about that one still. We'd have to wait and see, bro.
All this, he just had 94,000 in Wembley. Get off Eddie's sack. Brother, let me tell you something. Go watch the Eddie's run at AJ's post-fight press conference, yeah? When he starts saying all the stadium fights that AJ done in a row, yeah? That's when you come talk to Eddie.
He gets nuts.
And respect Eddie, because he done it off the top of the dome as well. He said this one, Millennium Stadium. This one, Millennium Stadium. This one, Wembley. This one, Cardiff. I said, Jesus. I said, listen, talk to him nice and politely.
All I'm saying is you don't want to see this guy when it goes to purse bids, fam. Because this guy...
Wait, but where's the pay-per-view numbers?
This guy, we don't talk about pay-per-view.
Where's the pay-per-view? Release the pay-per-view numbers. If you're number one, you have the number one numbers. And that's all I'm saying.
Let Frank Warren do crazy numbers on pay-per-view. You think he's going to keep that hush?
He will let us know.
He'll send that fax out immediately to all the media outlets.
What's my fax number? Susie, send that through.
No, Susie. All right, again, do you think AJ should go off to California? Do you think that's a good move for him?
Absolutely. The only thing I'm going to be upset about him going to California is the fact that I know, like, at Loughborough, he helps a lot of the, like, up-and-coming UK guys. Obviously, you got Fraser Clark, Richard Riakporhe. I think they'll miss...
What? No.
The thing is, no, I was going to say AJ should still go. I was just trying to show empathy to the man then, but
Abundant, fam. I was alone in that ring, fam, and I hear it. But that speech was crazy. I need to get the hell out of here, fam.
Yeah, no, I think it's Do you know what? Yeah, I still don't think Robert Garcia is the right guy for him. And I like Robert Garcia. I thought Derek James was, but obviously I know that beef with the Al Heyman stuff and everything is a bit mad.
Yeah.
But I
think it could be a better fit if it goes longer. Like, remember, it was still one fight where they've had to and he still looked better.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I think, but it'll be good though. Yeah, that's like an 8-week training camp away from, like you said, away from the British media. That's away from everyone in general, and then it's like you get to revitalize yourself. Because I think a lot of the time, and I think it starts happening with Canelo as well. You can see that the whole monotony of training camp after training camp, you're gonna get bored. This one thing that people don't discuss all the time when it comes to boxers is like when you do the same thing all the time, it can get boring. So I think just that whole like going into a fresh environment and just being the new guy again can revitalize him. Maybe, like I said, for me, I just only want to see like 3 or 4 more fights out of AJ. And I think it'll even be good for the zone to like let AJ go California and do fights out of there. Do fights out there to grow that market. True. Here's where it gets techie because AJ is such a big star. I don't know if they can do that non-pay-per-view. I think it would be good if his next fight could be non-pay-per-view just to like get him out there again.
On a business level, they won't do that though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think though it'll be good for AJ just to be in America. Maybe like have a fight out there. Have someone that I don't want him to have someone that's too terrible, but have someone who's like on the cusp of like world title, and then come back to the UK. And whether Joyce wants it, whoever wants it in the UK, then come back. Or you could even go to America and they say, Wilder, I'm here now. Now what? I'm on your yard. That's what you could do. Go to America, do the training camp out there, do a fight out there, and then go on the mic and say, Wilder, I'm in your yard calling you out. Let's stop the fronting and everything.
That would be nuts.
Come on, man. Hey, 258, holler at me, man.
Come on, cut the check. Listen, Lydio.
Cut the check.
Big up, man.
Oh, can I plug something quickly?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't usually do this, but if we're here now, Stay Wading YouTube channel. That's why I just done a feature on there with Natasha Jonas. I done an interview with her fight coming up this Saturday. So that's Stay Wade In, all one word. Check that out on YouTube, please. Thank you.
Come on, bro. There's another video that I need you lot to go and check as well. October Red. She spoke to Tyan Booth.
Oh yeah.
It's a good little because I always expect him to say something reckless in it. Tyan,
yeah.
When he says he's doing well financially,
he's a long time savage. He's a long time savage.
In my head, I always hear something else, right?
Yeah. You do well.
That's what he looks like he's doing well. But yeah, make sure you check out sis what she's doing as well. Again, that's important. Again, don't forget.
Listen to this one quickly. RZ says, Travis and KG, what do you think of this? When AJ was in search of a trainer, I was saying Mark Tibbs. He's a good competition in sparring with Johnny Fisher, and Mark Tibbs doing good work with Dill. What are you saying? I don't know about how that works with AJ, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of good progress made with Dillian, but
good work with Dillian, that was real progress. The best Dillian we saw is under Mark. It is like
no, it is. But
he just progressed. Dillian was a kickboxer. Let's be honest, yeah. And then he molded him. He started to look more and more like a fighter, and he started to say, "How high? What is the level for Dill?" When he was climbing. Each time we saw him, yes, the layoff again. The allegations were strong. That layoff was not a good one because when he came back after the layoff, he's put on weight, and it kind of their relationship and how that ended was weird. But for him to go change trainer and then end,
is Johnny Fisher really the sparring that's gonna get AJ over the hump though?
I know AJ needs elite. Again, I'm not saying like.
Yeah, I think he needs to be in a gym in the States. That's what I think. Like, if you're in one of the gyms where like a Robert Garcia is based, enough hungry men are coming through there that you're gonna be able to be like, all right, cool. Let me prove myself in this environment. Do you know what I mean? Because I think it's one of the ones where that fiery side might need a bit more intensity in the day-to-day. Do you know what I'm saying? Because AJ is one of those guys. It's like
he had all the fire, bro.
Nah, I hear what you're saying, but AJ. I hear you. But if there's men in your thing that one, you didn't select them, two, they don't like you. Your sparring is different in their day to day, bro. You don't get to beat Anthony Joshua in there. That's why I just feel like I just don't think it's a bad thing. I think going out to America will be quite dope.
Listen, I don't know. We would disagree. I don't know, man. I don't know what it's gonna take for I don't know what it's gonna take for AJ. I think AJ just needs it needs to knock out a few people. He needs to feel good. He has to have some little gimme fights and then just feel good about himself or confidence. That's what I feel he needs that. I feel AJ needs to knock someone over and be like, bro, I've got power. He needs that. He just needs a couple reminders that.
But he'll be fine once he gets in there with someone that's not Usyk. Because the fact is, it's like he's had Usyk on the brain for so long now. It's like, all right, time to look at someone else's attributes and how I'm going to break that person down. And once you start figuring out other puzzles, it's like, oh, I'm back. He'll feel like he's back pretty soon. He's still a top heavyweight. There's not many guys out there that's going to be like making him look nuts. Let's not get it confused now.
If I was AJ, I'd fight Hergovic immediately.
Why?
That's the fight. I think he beat him.
Yeah, but it's not the fight. That fight ain't no big
fight.
fight.
I think he beats him. I think
he does. He does beat him. Zhang beat him. They just ruled it the other way.
So I think he fights. Go fight Hergovic. That's a nice name. Good name. Good build up. Good build up one. Then after you can go in, who else would you fight? After him, I fight Joe Joyce. That's nice. He already knows he can deal with that Joe Joyce working, and all of a sudden you're back in a good conversation. Then again, and these are good opponents. These are guys nicely ranked, but guys that he can beat. I like that. Then after you go and take the dangerous fight against Deontay Wilder, because that's mad danger. I don't care what anyone says. AJ moving him. AJ moving to not get hit.
Did you say Sanchez? I think
Sanchez will give him them Usyk problems.
Sanchez is a slippery guy, but I think I don't know. I don't see Sanchez like a Usyk, but
no way. Give him he's sound.
He moves well. He moves really well. That's not.
Yeah, you don't want to get touched by it. Nah, man. You don't need that. You just let him. That's the right route, and then go and fight Dillian and make your money.
Last one we'll answer before we close. Travis and KG, honest opinion: AJ versus White. What would be your pick and what's the method? AJ KO. I don't need to debate that. I don't even need to even give that much more than that. AJ KO. Let's not. Nah.
That's mad.
What you saying, bro?
I feel for Dill, man. That's sad, man. I don't like the way this is gone.
What do you mean?
It's just shit. It's just shit. Like it's like you lot are like, yeah, Dubois should just fight Dill, and then it is what it is. But it is that's it. That's his.
I don't even think Dubois necessarily beats Dillian White.
I know, but it's just like I just feel for my man. I don't know, like it just feels like there's a list of man them, then he's just not in with them guys. As soon as when he starts talking about the bad boys, everyone just talks about training uppercuts for 4 weeks and that and saying it's over. Like it's crazy. That's what again.
Hey, Kelechi just said everybody's gonna look so slow to AJ after fighting Usyk twice.
It's like the hyperbolic chamber, fam.
Oh, fam.
You be like, I can see all your shots.
You know that Matrix? He's just in the fight like. It's gonna look nuts. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different.
All right, wicked. Listen, that's our time, people. Big up yourselves. You already know what to do. Make sure you like and subscribe. Again, send a prayer to was it Swarms?
Swarms. Yeah, send a prayer to Swarms.
Send a prayer to him. If you can, just listen to his music on Spotify or something. But all the words just have no power behind them now. You're gonna do what?
If Swarms ever drops a tune and there's like bad man bars in there, no one. The man have to dissect those bars and be like, "Rob, but what happened to when you was in there with KSI though?" None of that showed up though, bro. It's not a bad man that calls himself a side man. It does get techie still. It does get techie.
I'm good. See you later. We're out.
He has to become an R&B man.
Them R&B guys be getting it busy, you know. Because the last time we saw the R&B, who was it?
My man, Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
Yeah.
Jason Derulo was going crazy. So respect his power. Listen,
say no more.
Let's get out of here.
Cool. Take care, people. Drop the pod on Thursday. Big up.
Peace.